or tails, JJ? That will determine whether you act first or the rats will.
I choose heads.
Unfortunately, the rats act first. So this large conglomerate of hairy rodents, see another tasty soul right in front of them, and in a large swarm they go to strike at you first, Philip, since you're one in front. They try to bite you with various, bites and such. Let's see what I roll. Oh, I am fairly certain that the attack of 20 hits your armor class. But just for reference, what's your armor class?
My armor class is 11.
11. And since 20 is not only meets that armor class number but surpasses it, they get a successful hit off. And your character takes... Let me see, find the dice. Oh, oops. 4 points of damage as, some of the rats climb up on your feet and, start gnawing at your legs in very painful ways.
You said 3 damage?
4 damage.
4 damage. Okay, so that leaves me at 23. Okay.
Yep. But thankfully that is the end of their turn, as now it's your turn, Philip. These rats stand right before you, some of them already biting down on your legs. What do you do?
I'd like to use my dagger to slash away at them.
Alright. So roll your d20 plus your attack modifier, whatever it may be.
1d20. Hold on, let me see. My strength, so that would be...
Oh, damn! Even with your negative to hit, are you sure that's correct?
Yeah.
What's your dexterity score?
Dexterity. Let me see here. My dexterity is 11.
11. And your strength modifier is what?
My strength is 9, and it has -1.
Alright. Well, thankfully with daggers, since they are a finesse weapon, a property that some weapons can have, you can choose to either use your strength strength modifier to attack or your dexterity modifier. Since you are...
continue.
Yeah. And since you are also proficient with these daggers, you get a +2 to hit, regardless of your modifier. So would you like to continue using your strength modifier or your dexterity modifier the attack?
I'd like to use my dexterity modifier.
Alright, so in the future it will be just a +2 to your attack rolls.
Okay.
But still, you managed to land a hit on these rats. So roll me a d4, which is the damage dice of the dagger. And with the modifier of dexterity being 0, you get no bonus nor dis or negatives to the attack roll.
/roll
1d4.
1d4.
Aha! You slash and kill one rat, dealing a damage to it. Every little bit counts. Was there anything else you would like to do?
No, I don't think so.
Alright. Now it is finally your turn, Oronis. Goddamn, why can I get names? Oronis, the wizard. What would you like to do to these rats?
I cast Firebolt.
Firebolt?
Yes.
Alright. Roll to attack.
That's the hit slash DC, right? +4.
Not exactly, since Firebolt is a ranged spell attack that it doesn't need it doesn't inflict a saving throw. Rather, it uses it is like an attack. You have a D20 plus your spellcasting modifier, which is intelligence, and you roll a D20 plus the bonus to that to see if you hit.
Plus.
Also your proficiency, I forgot to say, so that will most likely be a +4 in the future. But regardless, you managed to hit, so roll me a 1d10 damage dice as you singe these rats with your streak of fire. Aha! Your, arcane fire manages to burn quite a lot of rats, that are scurrying around. They screech in anger, and some, run away and fall down, but still the swarm keeps hold. As the battle goes on, we momentarily cut to Jason, who is wandering by themselves in the south. Let's see what he faces in his solitary travels.
Right, so Jason is like walking through. As you can see on the map, it's just water there for now. So he just walks through the water and he's like speaking in himself because he couldn't hear the others anymore. He's like, "Damn, Jason, always with these stupid ideas going on with yourself." Oh, I think there's a leech in my boot. All right. And he continues walking and he's just gonna like run his left hand palm over the wall to check if he finds anything like scratchers or blades stuck in the wall.
You don't find, blades or scratches, but what you do find and hear are noises up front. You hear the sound of what seems to be talking. How would you like to proceed?
So, as Jason hears like the little ring of people talking in his ears, or at least something talking, he squats down and goes like onto his knee height into the water, and like he moves very slowly and carefully, trying to listen in on the sound.
Yep. You do, get the uncomfortable sense of sewage water that now fills up a lot of your body. It's not a pleasant smell or touch to have on you.
Yeah, he still does it because long pants. He just goes for it.
Yep. Are you trying to sneak or be stealthy about this?
Yeah, he's trying to be stealthy, so he can like get a bit closer and like try to listen in what they're saying.
Yep. Roll me a stealth check on the Discords. Very good. With that, you move relatively unseen, and you come across in this large, circular chamber with small, circular chamber. You can feel the water around you kind of increase in speed as there's a small yet not super strong water kind of whirlpool in the middle, and standing to the side of it is a, let's see, you see two people standing next to it, kind of garbed in the clothes of a peasant. They seem to be arguing amongst themselves, between the two of them. One of them, a young, an elderly woman, sort of speaks to a man who seems to bear the ears of a half-elf, saying, "Oh, Johnny, why did we come here? Why did we come here? It's just a silly doll." "Well, I will have none of your complaining, woman. That doll is important to my boy, and if he says he lost it in the sewers, I will damn find it." And similar kind of the woman pleading with the man, and the man kind of insisting that they keep looking. What would you like to do?
Alright, so Jason slowly ascends, he goes from his squat position to a full straight stance, and he slowly makes his way through the water towards the people, and lets them know he's there, and try not to scare them at first sight.
Yep. They do jump a bit, Ah! The man actually falling to his legs, but the woman standing tall and says, "Who are you? Please don't hurt us. We want no trouble."
Yeah, Jason replies, and he says, "Well, I'm Jason Lightfeather. I might be, well, not might be, I am the best man with a crossbow alive. It's yours truly." And he has his arms open a bit, if he's performing or something, and he waits the reaction.
They eye each other, kind of not used to this sort of flamboyantness. But the woman does bow and say, "Well, my name is Allura, and this is my husband Jonathan. Yes."
Well, nice to meet you too. I gotta say, this is kind of an awkward position to find people. Well, I would find people like me, of course, but not citizens. Care to explain?
Yeah, Allura kind of side glances Jonathan. I told you this was a bad idea. And Jonathan just shakes his hand, dismissively, saying, Well, the only reason we're coming down here is to find the, doll that my son had lost while playing outside. He claimed that he saw someone, reach from a sewer grate and grab it. I can't imagine what sort of heathen would steal from a mere boy. But, well, I won't let my son be bullied like that.
Well, Jason replies and puts hands on, "Whoa, it wasn't me, miss. I'm just down here for, and he urges to say something with murder, and he holds the M in his tongue, says, something is here. And I'm trying to look for it, and I think maybe that thing grabbed the doll too."
Allura, says, "No, I wasn't going to blame you. You seem like a young, bright man who wouldn't resort to such, underhanded tactics. But yes, if you can help us, please. We don't want to be down here any more than we have to."
Yeah, Jason replies to that. Well, I don't think it's the best for you to be down here, you two. Let it handle the professionals like me. I'll keep you guys in mind, and if I ever find the doll, I'll be sure to let the guards know.
Jonathan says, it's more than that. While I wouldn't mind the help of a stranger, this is, my mission. I have to help my boy, not just some fancy, smanchy, weapon handling person like yourself. What would I say to my son if I said I didn't get his doll back and let just someone else do it?
Well, I understand you, mister, but do you think being, at least with me now, in these dark sewers, you could get serious diseases here down here. I don't think it's the best for you to be here at the moment.
Roll me a persuasion check with advantage, so 2d20s, and you take the highest roll. That's the one.
2d20?
Yeah, 2d20 plus your persuasion modifier. Based on charisma.
+1. Oh, I do it again.
Yep.
I see.
Ooh, so 10. Yeah, 11 in total. As you make this argument, we, cut back from that, conversation into the middle of battle, as once more the rats take their foul turn. They, are ever more boldened by the assault and try to nibble at Philip's leg even more. Oof. That is unfortunately a 17, meaning that the rats suppress your armor class once again. And now at you4, let's see the dice. For 6 points of damage.
Okay, so I'm at... Jesus. Okay, I think
Yep.
I'm at 6.
Your shoe and what's that? Your pants are kind of being shredded as the rats keep nibbling away. As it's finally your turn again, Philip. What would you like to do in response?
Is there any way I can retreat in some sort of fashion?
Yes, you can. You regularly, in regular D&D, if you want to retreat from an enemy you're next to, you use your main action that you can use to attack and do other stuff to take the disengage action, meaning that you can move freely without taking an opportunity attack. But since you are a rogue, you get the special ability of taking the disengage action as a bonus action, meaning that even if you take it, you still have your main action reserved to try to attack if you want to attack at long range or do something else.
Okay, let's see. Can I, attack first and then flee after my attack?
Yes, you can, specifically because you can take your action and a bonus action. So attack away.
Okay, so I use my dagger. 1d20. And it's +2, right?
Yeah, +2 to the attack.
Oh, okay. +2.
Unfortunately, as you try to hit, as you're planning your retreat, you don't exactly look as sharply as you should on the mice, and you kind of glancing blow at some of them. So you don't land any damage on them, unfortunately. But still, you're now free to use your bonus action to disengage and not be assaulted by these rats anymore.
Yeah, I would like to disengage.
Yep. How far away do you want to walk away? You have a movement speed of 30 feet, so that's the max you can go.
Probably 20 feet. Yeah, 20
Yep.
feet.
Yep, this is a long tunnel, about 60 feet, in total. You kind of were in the middle of it at the start of combat. So you're about 10 feet from the, sideway that leads to another tunnel. And with that, now it's Oronis' turn, as now you are the, closest target to the rats, but they haven't still yet attacked you. What would you like to do?
I cast grease between the rats and me.
Ooh. Yeah. You say your arcane words and this, and the floor that this swarm of rats is on begins to, turn kind of liquidy as this magical slippery substance is formed under their feet. And so they now have to make a dexterity saving throw. What is your spell save DC?
DC?
Yes, that's the... there are some effects like grease that require the enemy to make a save,
It's 12.
Yep, 12.
Yes.
So let's see if the rats can make it, and if they... better roll that again. So since it is 12 and they rolled a 7, your spell works. The majority of the rats, can't stand their ground on this slippery substance, which is even more slipperier than their regular environment, which is kind of a shock to them. And many kind of can't move further, have a hard time moving, and kind of expose their bellies as they are now prone. Is there anything else you would like to do, Oronis?
Nope.
All right. Checking this up. So it's back to the rats. Irritated at this, development. Some of them too try to get up. They do get up from prone, but not, without cost, as they are still unable to move their full feet and, catch up to the fleeing, rogue. So instead, they turn their focus on the wizard, who's still, within their reach, as they now swarm upon you. Let's see if they manage to land a hit. Oof. What's your armor class, Oronis?
Let me see. It's in equipment, right?
What?
Equipment. Where can I see it?
Well, normally it is your armor, your, natural armor class, since you are a wizard without any armor proficiencies, is 10, a flat 10 plus your dexterity modifier. So what is your dexterity modifier?
It's 2. Plus 2.
Yep, so you have an armor class of 12, and these rats rolled another 7, so they actually miss you. They try to bite at you, but due to the grease that you cast, kind of slowing them down. They can't manage to nibble your legs just yet. And they, leave you unharmed for now. Philip, it's your move again. Your wizardly friend seems to be evading these threats better than you were. What would you like to do?
So I moved 20 feet, so that means I have 40 feet left. I'd like to move another 30 feet, and with my normal action move, actually no, I'll just continue fleeing.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have any ranged weapons, so I can't support. And not really anything else to do in this situation.
Alright. Philip continues to flee down the tunnel. Oronis, your companion seems to have left you by yourselves. What would you like to do?
You suggest John an area of effect.
Suggest. It is unfortunately not an area of effect. And you are knowledgeable enough to know that it wouldn't work on this conglomerate of rats, and it only could work even one of them. Or even if they don't, or actually they don't even understand you since you don't speak their language. So suggestion is not useful against them.
I cast invisibility.
Actually, you were already invisible.
Wait.
Huh. That spell never went off, actually. That's my bad. I should have been rolling at you at disadvantage. Or that the rats don't even see you. That's my bad. I completely forgot.
It's fine.
Yeah. You might be invisible, but you still, smell and make noises. You're harder to hit, but they still know where you are. So in that light, what would you like to do?
Run.
Okay. You don't trigger an attack of opportunity because, they can't see you. And so you also flee. Do you flee to the same direction as Philip?
Yes.
Alright. So the two of you, not wanting to face the wrath of these rats, start fleeing back where you came from. And it is at that moment we switch back to Jason and his predicament. After presenting your case, Jonathan, scratches his beard and says, yeah, probably getting sick and not being able to work would be even worse for me, boy, than this. Fine, stranger. You've convinced me. But just, yeah. I suppose me and my wife should head back.
Yeah, that's the smartest idea. I think down here is not safe for any of you kind.
Yes. Well, before you go, since you've been so cordial and willing to help us, Alora says, I'd like to give you this. And she reaches to her back, her side, and present you with this, small leather-bound package that she presents to you.
Alright, so Jason gently takes it as he takes it, he gently bows his head, not really low, he tilts it over, and he slowly opens it while looking at her and then switching my view what's in the back.
Yep. This is, in fact, you see inside that this package contains bandages, salves, and splints. This is a healer's kit, which has 10 uses. As an action, you can use this to, stabilize a creature that has 0 hit points. So how this is used is that when you go to 0 hit points, you are considered dying and have to make death saving throws. And if you fail to meet the DC 3 times, your character dies. But with the Sealer's Kit, you can stabilize them so that they don't need to make death saving throws and thus, remain unconscious but not dying.
Alright.
Allura says, I'm a nurse by trade, and I thought to take this with us so that, if we do stumble across something sharp or, something that might, prove a health hazard, I could fix me or me hubby back to, so that we don't get infected. I hope this helps you in your search.
Yeah, as Jason buckles it to his belt with a string, he says, "Well, you see, I'm all alone here, so this helps. This is like a second life for me." And he pats her shoulder gently as he raises his hand towards where they entered from.
Yep. And they start making their way there. So you stand now alone with
Your new healer's kit, what would you like to do?
Yeah, so I'm in the whirlpool room, right?
Yep, whirlpool room by yourself.
Alright, so Jason crouches down again and puts his fingertips in the water to feel how strong the whirlpool is, like how strong the water is pulled to the center.
You touch it and you feel that it's not too strong, thankfully, that, and even, examining the hole, it seems like even if you were to be dragged, you couldn't really even fit to the, hole in the middle based on the size of the whirlpool.
Alright, so Jason does he inspects the room as far as he can see, of course, with the light. And he's trying to make something out of if there's anything written or scratches on the bricks, if something is able to be seen clear.
Make me an investigation check.
Okay, investigation. Oh, he's about to head back from me. Yeah, there he is.
Sorry.
That's right.
Oof. You look around, but if there are a lot of scratches on this wall as time has eroded it, you unfortunately can't make out any specific meanings or possible signs that these multiple of scratches that line the outer rim of this wall.
Alright, so does the water come from the hallway, or is there any other sites the water is coming from?
There's this kind of whirlpool is, between two, aqueduct things,
Yeah.
You came from the north one and it continues southward.
Alright. I think Jason is just gonna go and carefully go onward to the north side.
Yep. But before you do hear some screams of, that sound a lot like, Jonathan and Allura. As we momentarily cut back to you, to fleeing, the rats hot on your heels, as you soon, come across this, couple that are kind of now in the room, in the kind of circular cross section like shown in the map, and they scream as they see this, man holding a glowing boulder being chased by rats, and they scream help, who are you?
He cautiously but sternly says, you guys need to get out of here. It's not safe here.
They don't help you twice as they, you know, do you move past them? Like, what do you guys do? Do you continue running?
We continue running past the couple.
Yep. They don't tell you twice as they, deciding not to want to deal with the rats, brave the sewage water as they jump into it, letting the rats chase you guys ever further. And we cut back to Jason, who heard the screaming and such, and some loud footsteps that are quickly encroaching upon you. What do you do?
Alright, so the screaming is from them, right? From backwards where I came from.
Yep, backwards, and you momentarily heard Allura and Jonathan scream, and then maybe some mumbles of speech. You can't quite tell.
Well, Jason is like, wait, he heard footstep approach from what side?
The side where you came from.
Okay. So, Jason turns around and is like, because she has been so gentle with him and giving him something, he's about to check upon them and like head back to where he left them and try to see if anything changed there or he sees anything.
Yep, and it doesn't take you long for you to spot at least one of your companions, that being Philip. And behind him you see a small contingent of rats chasing him.
Well, the first thing Jason does is he looks in shock and he's like screaming towards him, "What are you guys doing?" And he stands there with his arms open.
Philip screamed, "Well, I'm kind of in a predicament right now. Think you can help?"
Jason reaches for his crossbow, the bigger one on his back, and he screams, "Well, what is it then?"
Hold up, repeat that. Sorry, I lied.
Oh yeah. Jason grabs his crossbow from his back and starts loading an arrow in it as he screams, "Well, what is it then?"
It's a bunch of rats!
Yeah, and you do see the rats chasing, and are soon upon you, as well as your companions are soon, running past you.
Alright, well, Jason stands his ground and uses his only light source he has at the moment to toss it on the path and to create a wall between them and the rats to not be able to be chasing them anymore.
Make me an intimidation check with that. See how forcefully you roll and see if that scares with the light source the rats. Oof.
Oh.
Well, I will check if the rats are intimidated. They are not very smart. So there's a chance of. Oh my! Oh, are you serious? They rolled a 4.
Oh no, head and tails?
Yeah, head and tails. Let me see. You call it
head.
Sadly, it's tails. So they are momentarily paused, but they seem to quickly gather themselves, and seeing that now you through this boulder at them, they turn their focus to you, this sort of still target. And we are about to go into initiative again. So roll that again.
It's like 1d20 plus my...
Yeah, initiative on the sheet.
And are my companions still fleeing, or do they stop? Or?
We will see once the combat starts what you guys do. That's when you can decide if you want to keep running or not. So, JJ and M roll me new initiatives as you flee from the last ones.
Okay.
Alright, so with the initiatives rolled, Oronis, you're still invisible and still fleeing from the rats. You see Jason, take out his heavy crossbow and aim it at rats, and he throws his rock and seems to be ready to tangle with them. What would you like to do?
Emory.
Nope, I don't have one. All I can do here is grease or firebolt. Which would you like?
Oh, so we discuss now what M's gonna do, or?
He said he only has grease or firebolt, so he asked you which one you want to choose.
Jason, I guess, since he's asking you.
Well, Jason doesn't have a preference, he just wants some support, so yeah, he lets it to be picked by himself.
I will say though that Firebolt, being a cantrip,
doesn't cost any spell slots, while Grease does. So if you want to save resources, then just throwing a spammable attack spell like Firebolt can, do that.
Yeah, I'll use firebolt.
Alright, so roll me an attack. 1d20 plus 4. Ooh, that's a solid hit. And so you roll a 1d10 damage. Ah. And, your small ball of, burning flame, hits about 6 of the rats, and, the swarm gets thinner. It's now looking quite weak at this current moment. And now that I actually looked up the spell invisibility, and I realized that it actually does fade the moment you attack, so it would have gone out earlier. Never mind. Your invisibility spell, ends, once you declared an attack. And so you appear in your regular elven wizardry look, standing there. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, I don't have anything else to do.
Yeah. Alright, so now it's your turn, Jason. What would you like to do?
Alright, so Jason, ducks for the fireball, just flew over his head, and he tries to, while the fireball wait, I can do a bit of history, right? As a moment. As the fireball goes over him, he reaches an arrow into the air, so the bolt catches fire. And you shoot.
Before you do that, since that is a kind of dexterous move, give me a sleight of hand check to see if you have enough time to, if your reaction speed is fast enough to kind of,
Alright.
Engulf that, with fire.
Yeah, sure.
I'd say that will work. You just barely managed to, without burning your hand or such, the fire bolt with the mote whizzes by, and your fire, your crossbow bolt now is momentarily on fire. What would you like to do?
Alright, so he tosses the bolt into the crossbow and fires it straight away at where the fireball just landed after that. So double the damage a bit.
Yeah, roll the attack to see if you hit.
Right, so I roll 1d20 plus what?
The attack modifier, which, since your dexterity is 2, plus proficiency, plus the archery fighting style, which gives you +2, you should roll 1d20 plus 6.
Alright.
Ooh, yeah, quite the marksman. As you indeed land a blow on the many rats are there. Roll me a 1d10 plus 2, and you get a 1 extra point of fire damage on top of all that. Nice. You shoot at least, 4 of the rats. As your bolt arches, it's steaming hot, blade and hilt sort of roasting some of them the same way the firebolt did. And now only 6 rats in total remain, though, and they look very weak and very angry. And it's finally your turn, Philip. What would you like to do?
Okay. I'd like to switch from my dagger to my short sword and do kind of a sweeping motion to the rats.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so roll me that attack. 20 plus 2. And I'm fairly sure you hit. Yep. So roll me 1d6 damage.
Uh, 1d6?
Yep, 1d6. That is what... Aha! And with that, would you like to describe as you slay the last of these rats with your attack?
As soon as, 5, what is your character's name?
Mine? Jason.
As soon as Jason finished his, fire arrow flashy attack, he then jumped over Jason and did a sweeping motion, killing, is that 4 of the rats? Or, I don't know.
Yeah, there were about 6, but you managed to do like that, sweeping arch.
Killing 4 of the rats.
Yep.
And then, as a bonus action, fling back behind Jason again.
Yep. And with that, there's only like 2 of the rats remaining, but this time they have lost the will to fight and flee back to the dank undergrowth as you stand victorious over your first battle. And as the dust settles, what would you all 3 united like to do next?
Well, the first thing Jason does is like question why they run from something Jason took out so easily, and he's like standing with his hands out. Was it that hard, guys? Was it now? And he like looks around for a reaction.
He said, well, you see, the circumstances, you gotta understand, the circumstances we were in kinda put me in that situation. And they did a good bit of damage to me.
Jason, you notice that Philip's legs and shoes have a lot of bite marks in them, which have slight bleeding on them.
Yeah, Jason puts his hands over his eyes and he says, "Amateurs, always the amateurs." And, he slowly slings the crossbow back to its holder on his back, and he looks to M's character at least to see.
I cast firebolt on the corpses of the rat so that it won't rot.
Alright, you systematically roast each of the rats. Boink, boink, boink.
Alright, since... what was it then?
Everything gotta be off because you didn't go with me and you didn't go into the school.
This could be a nice chance for a break since, JJ has gone AFK, so let's have a 5-minute break.
Alright.
Yep.
I asked you beforehand that today could I stay home, and you said yeah.
No, I told you yesterday. You didn't listen. You got the headphones.
No,
But I was gonna send you to school tomorrow, and 9 cases of coronavirus developed.
But Ma, I told you like a week ago on November 2nd, can I stay home?
Oh, you had a schedule to stay?
Yes, because I'm doing something that's gonna last a long time. That's why I said I wanted to stay.
Okay,
I'm doing some of my work while we're talking. Because I'm not playing games or anything.
Okay, this lady cussed me out practically. In theory words. The principal. So can you please log in and do whatever she wants you to do? I don't know.
School's already over.
No. Just log in and do what you're able to do. And then tomorrow you finish it.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff because it's kind of like just talking over call thing, but it's gonna like last a long time because it's like what's it called? Like a board game.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I don't remember you telling me that, but anyways, I believe you. Because my mind's everywhere, and I need your help.
Yes, ma'am. Is there any food? Yeah, please. Hungry.
Hennessy, tú no vas a hacer nada. You're just gonna lock your. Brush your teeth.
Okay, I'm back.
Yep, I am returned as well.
Alright.
Alright, so with the party finally reunited and some inner party chatting has happened, what would you all like to do next?
I leave it up
Well-
for the group to decide.
Jason says, well, before you guys came storming in with this, and he chuckles very, Ben looks to JJ's character, very, very tough enemy, and he like laughs in himself. I was actually heading the other way, and I found something more. But or did you guys find anything besides those scary guys, of course? And he like laughs again.
A dead halfling.
Didn't hear it.
In an annoyed manner, he said, "No, nothing important."
Well, get your asses up, and let's head my way. I think splitting up is not the best for you too. And he takes the lead, and he heads back where Jason came from. So the whirl room.
Alright. So you continue forward on your original path now with your two companions? Or...
Alright. Yeah.
Okay.
At least if they follow me, of course.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep.
Yes, I agree.
Alright.
Alright, so
you walk on forward and let us see what you encounter next as you walk past the circular whirlpool pit. Ooh.
Alright.
This is... Oh no. Yeah, so you kind of come across you kind of walk on the tunnel shifting and such, and then you hear some you hear actually a song or some sort of tune being played or sung by what seems to be a group of people. How would you like to proceed?
Alright.
Can I?
Oh. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Philip says we should go in stealthily, considering what our objective is. This sounds suspicious.
Yeah, Jason gives him a swift nod as he squats down to his knees again, going in halfway into the water.
I'll use invisibility.
Yep. Alright.
Alright.
Oh, wait, before the moment he casts invisibility, Jason says, "Oh, there he goes again, leaving the dirty work to us."
Yeah.
And he continues squatting.
Well, of course, you're a fighter. I'm a wizard.
Yeah, Jason just ignores that and goes ahead and continues his path, stealthy.
Yep. Yep. Roll me, all of you, stealth checks. Oronis or M, you with advantage since you have invisibility on yourself. So 2d20 and take the highest dice result.
Hold up. Where do I see acrobatic animal?
Alright, that's 16.
Yep. And
Oh, okay.
JJ and Wardum, all your dice. Okay, so 10 and 15. Nice. Let's see. How these guys do. Alright, so you all, try to stealth in your own ways, moving slower, trying to avoid direct line of sight through any means measures, and moving a bit forward, the singing comes a bit louder and louder as you soon see that it is a song sung by 3 individuals. A group of people, one of small stature, one of medium stature, and one of tall stature, all human, wearing kind of like beggar rags, their eyes covered in some sort of cloth, and using a sort of stick, all 3, tap the side of the, sewer walkway as they sing this sort of song. Forgive my terrible singing. 3 blind mice in a row, 3 blind mice, there they go, marching down the street single file, to the calypso beat all the while. They're looking for the cat. That cat, they swallowed the rat. They want to show that cat the attitude of the 3 blind mice. And they basically sing that all over and over again.
Am I able to use my disguise kit and try to go along with them to, disguise as one of them?
Do you have a stick?
No.
Well, then that might be hard to pull off that aspect, but sure, if you... Do you have a beggar disguise at the hand?
Yeah,
Would that be something that your character would have, to make themselves like a beggar? It's fairly reasonable if you want to engage that sort of disguise activity.
mm-hmm. I'll just stand by then.
Alright.
I don't bring sticks with me.
What do the rest of you do after seeing this very bizarre sight?
Yeah, Jason is just staring with his mouth open, like listening to the horrible singing, and he's like staring. He's like, he looks to his companion and says, "Am I the only one that's hearing this?" Or like he says it quiet, so the only three of us could hear it.
Do you guys want to distract them or something? Engage?
Philip said we should check their intentions first. Try and not startle them that much.
Yeah, before Philip said that, Jason was already reaching for an arrow to take them out, and he was like raising a brow. And he says, "So, no killing yet."
Philip, looking worried for his mental health. Maybe not yet.
And Jason, slowly slides the arrow back in the holster, and he's like, "Damn, I signed up for this, I signed up for the killing." And he slowly tries to enter the same room as the gentleman, but very sneaky, of course.
Yeah. You are all in a long stretch of a hallway, about 100 feet, and they're about 30 feet away from you at this point. As you do try to move, they stop singing, and one of them, almost accordingly says, "We know you're there. Hello."
Yeah, and Jason replies, "Shh, no, we're not here!" And like he screams it back in full size of his throat.
Well, we might be, what the short one says, "We might be blind, but we're not stupid."
Well, if you're so blind, you can't see your gorgeous truly, Jason Lightfeather, and he yells that back. "Oh, and these two morons I brought along." He waits for a reaction.
I'll stay silent so they don't know that I'm there.
Philip pushed Jason out of the way and said, so what are you guys doing here? I get you're blind and everything, but it takes pretty dumb person to fall down into the sewers and start singing.
Oh, no, we didn't fall down here, we live here, the tallest one says. We are but, poor unfortunate blind beggars without a home or place to go. So we just, wander around trying to find anything we can eat or salvage while keeping our spirits up with song.
And Jason says, "Anything?" And he looks over.
Almost anything.
And he slightly nervous chuckle.
So,
Philip
are you willing to give omens to the poor?
Philip jokingly said, not expecting a good reaction, "Would you take rat meat?"
Yes. We can't be too, picky about the protein, says the middle one.
Oh.
Wait, how far are we away from them, or are we pretty close?
At this point, they stopped at 30 feet. There's 30 feet distance between you all and them.
Alright. So, are we able to see them, or is it too dark?
Yeah, you can see them. They're
Okay.
within the reach of your light, kind of lit dimly, but still visible.
Well, Jason leaves it over to his partner because they don't know the invisible one is there yet. So he points to Philip and gives him the word at least for now.
Philip says, should we actually go back to get them some meat, or should we continue?
I mean, we need to stop because of your guys' little maneuver with those super scary creatures. We don't need a lot of dents in our road. So I say we pass these fools and we go back on our journey. What we were supposed to do, what we're getting paid for, you know?
It is true. He says to the three men, sorry, we don't have any food to offer. I wish you men luck.
Any money then? Please, even a single copper piece would do.
Yeah, Jason starts walking a bit closer and he reaches for something in the side of his on the side of his belt as he comes closer.
Okay.
And the medkit had 10 uses, right?
Yes.
So he gives 1 use to them for it, and he says, well, living down here isn't the easiest, and maybe a bit of patching up you guys could use, you know? You guys deserve it, and he hands 1 set of the medkit to them and pets them.
Yeah, so some bandages and such.
Yeah.
He's
Philip small
quietly,
one kind of.
Philip quietly says, they're blind, right?
Jason replies, well, because they're blind doesn't mean they don't need medication or medications, you know? And he makes sure that the blind men know what they're being given by touching it.
Yep, the small one takes the bandage and maybe one clipper or something, and especially in his hand it says, it's a good start, but we would kindly ask for a little bit more, like your entire coin purse, as they, move to the side and holding their canes, they actually pull them back and revealing hidden short swords that were hidden inside the caves, and they say, hand over all your valuables or we'll gut you like the sewer rats that you offered.
And this is your time.
Yeah, Jason just stands there with his hands up in the air.
I say, hey. How about we all handle this like grown adults and think about this rationally?
Yeah, guys, there's nothing to cause something for, you know? We clearly have.
Do we roll initiative?
Not yet. You haven't, done anything to attack them, or they haven't attacked you guys yet. So still free talk land. As they say, quiet you, that's Jason. And then pointing their sword towards Philip, say, alright then, wise guy, start talking and maybe, I'll get amused.
Well, kind of stuttering because he hasn't been in many situations like this before. He says, well, maybe we can work out a compromise. Slowly, doing gestures, assuming Auroreness. Oh, I can't remember. I can't pull off that name. Motioning to M, assuming he's there, to go behind them. Maybe we give you, some other stuff that you can trade out for coins. Because we right now, all of us are poor. We don't have any coins, right, Jason?
Jason nervously laughs. Yeah, right. What he says.
Yep. Before this conversation continues, Oronis, seeing the suggestion made by your friend, what do you do while you're still invisible? And seemingly not noticed by these, muggers.
I move behind them and ready my spell. Only
What spell?
the firebolt again.
Okay. So standing about 10 feet distance, since a ranged attack like firebolt has disadvantage if you're 5 feet in front. So about 10 feet distant, you're kind of ready yourself. Okay, continuing on. What does the rat? I mean the gutter rat says. What would you possibly have? You better have something good, because most of the time regular coins are much more tradable than just some random junk on adventures like yourselves.
Let me see my bag here.
Well, Jason opens his arms and sees if he's allowed to reach into his pocket from them, and he tries to get a nod.
Yep, small nod, but they're watching you carefully. Don't pull no funny tricks, or you'll regret it.
Yeah, Jason goes all merchman store owner modus, and he's like, "Well, guys, I got a beautiful deal for you," and he yoinks up his arrow holster. I got some beautiful arrows here with an iron point, best quality, finest quality, and he places his fingers on his lip. Mwah! It's the best of the best, guys. No, any gold coin can buy this, and he presents it on two hands towards them.
So they seem enamored by this. For the moment.
Yeah, and he's showing the arrows off, trying to cause a bit of a distraction, make them hold the arrows, make them feel the points, make them feel the silver.
You don't have silver bolts. Say. Yeah, the iron bolts. Whatever.
The iron bolts.
Metals. Yep. So they, gesture that you throw one of them over to their location.
Yeah, he underhand throws them.
Yep.
Quickly, while they're focused on Jason, I slip into the water, and I slowly pull my crossbow that I had in my bag the whole time, out, and start loading it.
Yep, you do so, and they pay no mind to you.
Yeah, Jason is just talking to them. It's the finest quality, I tell you, man. No any gold piece, no any gold coin. No any gold coin fault could buy this quality of arrows. Trust me on my word. And he standing there all.
Yeah, before you continue, roll me a performance check to see how good of a sales pitch you do, and if they are fully focused on that and don't realize. Let's roll for their wisdom to see if they figure something out. A contested roll. Oof. Sadly, they rolled an 11. And as you talk, one of them says, "Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, one of them's in the sewage and running a bolt. Treachery, get him!" And, Oronis, if you wanted to shoot a firebolt, since you prepared for that, you can do so now on one of them. You get a surprise attack, let's say.
How would I...
2d. Actually, you have advantage since you're invisible, so 2d20 plus 4. Take the highest number. Ooh, yep, 21. That will certainly hit. Roll 1d10 again. Or 1d10, yep. Oof. So So one of them, is singed in the back as your invisibility spell fades. And they, scream in terror. And, you all get yourself ready as combat begins. Time to roll some dice or initiatives again.
Okay.
Okay. And then JJ.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, let me just calculate that. Alright, so Oronis, you are the first to act again. As you're surprised that I have taken them off guard. What would you like to do?
I cast Grease.
Alright. You do catch two of them, but unfortunately, since it's a 10-foot radius, and there's like each square that person holds is like 5 feet, you kind of get two of them. So they now have to make a dexterity save. The two of them. Let's see if they can make it. Alright.
One of them rolled a 17 plus.
Yep, they succeed your spell save DC. And the other one, unfortunately, rolled a 12, so they meet your spell save DC and thus don't fall. So, you make this slippery substance appear, and, they kind of have a hard time standing there, but they do manage to stand their ground as they turn their full attention to you very angrily. And the smallest mugger, the one that wasn't affected, decides to attack first and runs up to you and stabs you with their short sword. Your armor class was 12, correct?
Yes.
Phew, so you're lucky. They rolled a 7 plus 4, so 11, which is just below your armor class, so they miss by a hair. So they swing, and you manage to duck just in time to not avoid getting hit. But unfortunately, they have two attacks, and so it will try again to hit you. Oof! This time they're a bit luckier as they rolled a 13 in total. Meaning that you take 7 damage. You, Auroris. But thankfully that's all of that. Then the next to act is Philip. Your friend is being assaulted and other two are ready to gang up on him as well. What would you like to do?
With my bolt ready in my crossbow, I shoot at the tallest one to distract him.
Yep. So I'll name him number 5, so roll me an attack.
D20.
Oh, Wrong tag, but still that hits with the +2 as well. Roll damage, that being, you had a light crossbow, correct?
Yeah.
Yep, so roll 1d8. Alright, so your bolt, sinks in deep of the, hand or of the, shoulder of one of the tallest mugger. But you see that, once it does, the bolt, the wound that you inflicted on the bolt begins to repair itself. Making so that your attack didn't leave as much hurt as you probably would have wanted.
Philip looked shocked.
Yep. And it kind of grins Beggar grins sadistically. As then it's let me see. Yeah, it's the middle one's turn. As it seeing it's gonna help out the small guy in dealing with this magic user, and so we'll try to attack with its short sword. Rolling a 2, making that a 4, so they miss you. But we'll try to attack again. They rolled another 2. Yep, so despite this mugger's best efforts, Oronis manages to duck and weave both attacks directed at him. So after that, it's unfortunately the tallest one's turn. And they turn to you, Philip, but seemingly hesitate when you are in the water, instead pulling out from the folds of their peasant robes a hand crossbow that, they load up, loaded, and they try to shoot at you. Kind of this range standoff. Oof, and I believe that a 19 total hits, as it far surpasses your armor class.
Oh.
And you take 6 damage in total.
10 life points left.
Yep. Oof, not looking good. But thankfully he only has 1 range attack, since crossbows take... you can only attack with crossbows once unless you get a specific beat. But anyway, now it's finally Jason's turn. This combat has been ensuing and you stand as the only one remaining. What do you do?
Well, Jason whips out his light crossbow because he used his other crossbow before. And he does it holster into the air, catching it midair and firing it straight off to one of the muggers.
Yep, which one? The shortest, middle, or tallest?
Who's the most damage at the moment?
I suppose the tallest is, but once again, it seems to have regenerated from that wound. His wound seems to regenerate a bit, which is unnerving.
Alright, so he goes for a very flashy aim, so he goes for the tall one, so more canvas to hit on.
Yep. 1d20 plus 4, please. Oof. I will say, though, that this is a prime opportunity for you to use your precision attack battle maneuver.
Let me look at this. A precision when you make a weapon attack. Yeah, I'll use it.
Okay, so roll me a 1d8. and see if that hits. Ooh! Maximum, so that's a total of 15, so that does hit. So, just when your shot is about to miss, you focus yourself, your years of or shooting experience, focusing on aim, and you manage to not miss your shot. Roll me 1d8 plus 2 damage.
Alright.
Ooh, nice. Once again, this bolt, lands right on their chest. Kind of missing any vital organs, but still hurting. But again, there seems to be this small shimmer, and the attack didn't do as much damage as you hope, as the damage is being repaired slightly at a considerate rate.
Alright, so before the move switches, Jason screams out to his comrades, "Well, am I the only one who's gonna do some damage here? Jesus Christ, use your magic shit or something!" And he motions over to the wizard.
Let's not forget you did throw that firebolt at the start of the round. But anyways, it is actually in fact his turn. Oronis, the battle continues. What would you like to do?
Wait, let me see. I use magic missile.
A choice. Who do you target?
The smallest one.
Yep. The one you hit with a firebolt. A good choice. So, are you targeting all your 3 magic missiles at him?
Yes.
Alright. Roll me 3d4 plus 3 in the chat, since magic missile automatically hits and does damage.
Three D4 plus 3.
Yep. Ooh.
So it's 7.
Well, let's see actually how much damage you did. 17. That's yep, your shot fires at the small one who was already singed by your attack. And your glowing orbs of, missiles, slam into him, almost, felling him down as he is barely able to stand. It seems that your magic cannot be resisted like they have with their regular attacks. And now it is, unfortunately, the small one's turn. As it, as she says, "You bastard! I will have your blood!" As they, produce small fangs at their open mouth, and they try to bite you. Let's see if they hit. Let's see. Oof. Pretty sure that hits, but hopefully not. Yep. 15 suppresses your armor class. And so you take, let's see, the damage dice, you take 3 piercing damage and 1 necrotic damage as, this small man bites down on like your leg, and then starts sucking some of your blood. Munching on it, and it seems to energize him a bit, returning some of his lost vitality to him. And then they, with their short sword still in hand, try to slash at you again. But fortunately for you, they rolled a freeze, so they miss. So, after that revelation, it is Philip's turn. You now saw that this small creature seems to be much more unnatural than you first expected. What would you like to do?
I switch from my crossbow to my dagger, lunging at them in like a stabbing motion.
Which one? The smallest, the middle, or the tallest?
The smallest.
Okay, so you move up the sewage, kind of lower elevated, but still managing in reach to hit. Roll your attack.
1d20 plus 2.
Ooh, that's a very good roll. Roll me 1d4 as damage. So you do one itsy bitsy kind of damage, he looked a bit healthier, but that dagger in the back, that still doesn't have the same impact as regular weapons seem to have against these creatures. You still do get its momentary attention. The middle one is next, and seeing that it's, that his two companions are busy with you two, it turns to the Jason in the back and runs towards him, also producing a pair of fangs and trying to bite down on him. Ooh, that's 19. So, Jason, you take 4 piercing damage and 5 necrotic damage, so 9 damage in total. As you feel your life force or blood being drained by the bite of this creature. And then it will try to stab you with a short sword. What is your AC?
My what?
Your armor class.
My armor class is 13.
Yeah. Unfortunately, with a roll of 14, they hit again. And so we'll deal 6 points of more damage. Oof. Not looking good. And then it's the last one, the tallest one's turn. As seeing you attack its, mate, Philip, it will, it will move up to you and just use its short sword to try and finish you off. Sadly, it hits with a 13, dealing 4 points of damage to you, and it will try to do that again. Oof, that's a 16, but thankfully only dealing 3 damage, so 7 in total. How are your hit points looking? Philip?
What?
Your attack then took damage.
My health points.
Yeah, you were given 7 damage.
I have 10, so 7 I only have 3 life points left.
Oof. Yeah. Philip is not looking good, and you all can see that, but
At last it is Jason's turn. You are being assaulted by a fanged creature of somethingness. What do you do, Jason?
Alright, so as he's of course on top of me because I'm on my back, and he has the knife in my gut, I think.
Yep. A short sword in the gut and fangs in the neck.
So I place my boot in his guts, and I try to toss him over my head and back roll as he do. And when he's flying midair, I'm trying to nail him with my crossbow between his eyes with a bolt.
Make me an athletics check,
Alright.
to see if you can forcefully push him off in that regard to give you a cool shot. Unfortunately, he seems to hold his ground and isn't moved from his position. But you can still attack, it will simply only be at disadvantage.
Alright, I'll still go for my crossbow shot, only from super close range this time.
Yep. So roll 2d20s and take the lowest result. Oof. So in total that's 11. You could still try the precision maneuver if you wanted. You still have 3 precision attacks left.
Yeah, I'll try the precision again, so 1d8, right?
Mm-hmm. 3. Yeah, that hits with a 13. Hits. So roll your 1d6 since it's your hand crossbow, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Roll 2d6 plus. 1d6 plus 2. Yep, and this is the first blow this guy's gotten. And he, the shot doesn't do as much, but you certainly keep his attention as he growls at you. Top of the round again, it's our wizard Mordem. The enemy before you looks really weak, but so does your companion. What do you do? We can't hear you, Oronis.
Let me think for a bit.
Okay, yeah. No worries, it's a tough spot to be in.
Who is the one that's almost dead?
Philip and also the enemy in front of you, the smallest one.
What about Jason?
Jason, I think he's doing alright. Yeah, what's your hit points, buddy, at the moment?
Yeah, it's halfway down, so he's at 15 now.
Yeah. So yeah, he's still doing alright.
I use blindness on the tall guy.
Tall guy, you mean?
The vampire.
Yeah, get they're all vampires, fool. So you wanted the tallest one, or which one?
The one near Jason.
Okay, so the middle one.
The middle one?
Wait. Yeah, it's the middle one.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, it's my fault. Should probably get better track. But anyway, do you want to cast it on him or someone else?
Yes, I'll cast it on the middle one.
Alright, so they have to make a Constitution save against your spell save DC, which is 12. Let's see how they do. Oof. Unfortunately, they rolled an 18. So, as your magic tries to blind him, he shakes it off. And, continues his assault. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Not really. I can't really run away, right?
You could run away, but you would trigger an attack of opportunity from your close by enemy. So it would be ill-advised.
Yeah, I'll stay there.
Okay. So it's the smallest one's turn, and it tries to attack you again with its short sword first. Phew. Only rolling a 7, it doesn't meet your armor class, Oronis. Hopefully the bite will not as well. Phew. It rolled 7 in total, missing you again. As this ravenous creature tries to slice and bite down on you, you manage to, slip and evade at the moment. And now it's Philip's turn. Your friend, what do you do?
Let's see. Pulling out from my bag one of the weapons I have, my rapier. I aim my sights at the smallest vampire, and I go for kind of a neck slice with my rapier.
Yep. Ooh, yep, go for it. Roll 1d20 plus 2.
Please. Natural 20, natural 20, natural 20. Okay.
Not natural 20, but that does hit, and your description of the neck completely made me remember one of your premier class abilities, Sneak Attack. When there is an ally in 5 feet of you, that being Oronis, or you have advantage and you manage to hit an attack, you roll additional damage dice on top of your regular dice. So roll me 1d4 first. And then 2d6 for sneak attack on top of that. I'm really sorry I forgot to mention one of your primary class features. And that's a very good roll. And how would you... and you kill him, the smallest vampire, you're stabbed through the neck. You manage to decapitate him, and his small head falls to the ground. To the shock and horror of his allies. Was there anything else?
No, I don't think so. Actually, I flee behind the wizard, looking damaged.
Yep. You get out of the circle and bravely step behind the wizard for cover. But now it is the middle one's turn, who's attacking Jason. And he says, "No, Steve! He was my love! You'll pay!" And he'll try to stab at Jason. First sword attack. Sadly, that's a 15. So they will hit. 6 damage. And then they try to do the sucking of biting you. And that also hits. few. It's only 3 damage on top of the, 6. So yeah, 9 damage in total to you, Jason.
Alright.
And then, we cut off to... Actually, let me... middle... and then it's the tallest one turns who's saying, your corpses will feed the master. Wah! As they try to attack you, Oronis, kind of cleave you before getting to the pesky rogue who killed them. So sword slice, 14, that sadly hits, dealing 5 points of slashing damage to you, my wizardly friend, and then they attack with the sword shot again, why not? And also hit again, damn it! For 7 damage on top of that. Oof. Did your hit points reach 0?
Yes.
Okay, well, you're not dead, thankfully. Your character now goes unconscious, meaning that you're kind of in the border between death and life. So, yeah, as this vampire assaults you kind of lose too much blood and you fall down to the ground, kind of, your light's knocked out. You're not dead yet, but, well, you might soon be. As we turn to Jason's turn, you seeing one of your companions fall to the blades of this monster.
And the middle one is still in front of me, right?
Yep.
And he only is a bit scrambled, right?
Yeah, the first attack you dealt him was the only damage he took. He's still rather spry, and the bite he took out of you seems to have invigorated him a bit.
I'm like looking at my options here. Alright. So, what Jason is gonna try to do is, he's gonna go for something desperate, and he's gonna back roll, pull his his heavy crossbow from his back again, and trying to fire it straight past the middle one to the one standing in front of his partner, to the spine.
Yep. I'll let you do that. Roll me 1d20 plus 6. And that hits! Just barely. Roll your 1d10 plus 2 damage. Into quite a lot. Big dice. Sadly, the dice fail, so... this bolt is hit in the back and they scream in anger. Though the shot, again, didn't do as much damage as you'd hope. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Well, Jason is trying to, as he fires the shot, it of course knocks him back a bit, so he's trying to create some distance between him and the middle one as he fires the shot.
Well, there is some ways you could do that. You could try risking an attack of opportunity and freely run away, or you could use your once per short rest action surge to gain an additional action your turn that would grant you the disengage action, and you can safely, retreat back from him.
Yeah, I'll use the retreat. I'll safely retreat back.
Yeah, okay, so you burn your action surge, and then using that to disengage, you kind of flee back from the struggle. Top of the round, Oronis, give me a death saving throw, which is just a 1d20 roll. Oof. Sadly, since that is below a 10, you gain 1 failed death save. It's free. It's a kind of free by free thing. If you roll, if you get 3 death saving fails, you die. If you succeed on the roll, you are stabilized. But you just failed your first one, so you're not out of the picture yet. But things are looking grim. Speaking of grim, the smallest one is dead, thankfully. So it's Philip, your move. Your wizardly friend is now bleeding in front of you, and this vampire is standing in front of you, ready to take you next. What do you do?
Let's see. To keep distance, I grab out my crossbow, and try to shoot for the vampire's leg.
Go for it. Shoot your shoot.
With your 1d20 plus 2, yeah. Oof.
Sadly, a 7 will miss. The vampire ducks, and your bolt goes wild. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'd like to flee 10 feet backwards.
You can do that since there's a bit of distance thanks to Oronis being a sort of meat shield. I will say, however, that 10 feet isn't too far, so if you want to try to flee from him, you could do 30 feet.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Yep. And with that, it is the middle one's turn. Seeing you flee as well, it's gonna chase you, Jason. And how far back did you move?
Well, as far as possible.
So 30 feet.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they also have 30 feet of movement, so they kind of, just managed to make it next to you, and will try to strike you with their sword. Ooh! Oh no! That's a natural 20.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Hopefully the dice are merciful. It's only just 2d6. Oh, thank God! It's only 6 damage. Are you still up?
I think I have 1 hit point left from that. Yeah.
Oh no! And they still have a second attack.
Oh, miracles need to happen now.
I don't want to do this. Oh! They rolled 5. I miss. Oh. Okay. Actually, I might have messed up, but actually no, it was middle, and now it's the tall one's turn. So seeing you flee and kind of still you being the responsible for killing one of their mates, the vampire chases you down, leaving Oronis to bleed on his own, and saying, "I will drink you like a margarita." As they try to, bite you. What's your armor class?
Mine's
Yeah.
11.
I think it's 11. Phew, they just miss you with a 10.
Oh.
Yep. So as they try to bite you down like a dog, you quickly evade, just barely. But they then produce their sword and try to slice at you. Oh, that's another 10. They miss again. Oh.
We're in luck, I tell it.
Yep. Okay, Jason, your move. This vampire's given pursuit and almost getting you. What do you do?
Oh, Jason again reaches for his. He still has the big crossbow in his hand, and he slings in an arrow and tries to nail the vampire on a super close range with the big crossbow between his eyes.
Yep. Roll me. You know what? I'm gonna be merciful here and just roll a regular 1d10. I mean 1d20, no disadvantage.
And then plus the 6, right, for all the...
Yeah, for the modifier to attack. Aha! Yeah, that's good. Roll the damage dice.
1d8 plus 2.
Yep. 6 damage, what's he at? Okay, the bolt hits him very deep in the stomach, and he seems very weak, but still, standing. He grins at you saying, "Why, you little..." I will say that you do have an ability that could be very useful right now, that being Second Wind. As a bonus action, you can roll a 1d10 plus your level, that being free, and regain hit points once per short rest.
Yeah, I'll use that. I'll try to gain some. Roll 1d10 plus 3.
Yep. Ooh, Max roll, so
there
you
we
get
go.
13 hit points back.
So I'm at 14 again.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep. Okay, top of the round, Oronish. You're still bleeding out, sadly, so roll me another death save. And please do not roll a 1. Oh, phew. So that's one death save success, meaning that you are no closer to death. Okay, so middle one died. Philip, it's your move.
Okay. Let's see. What am I? Oh, okay. Can I? This is like the only thing I can do, because they regen from every normal attack I do.
They don't regen, I will say. They just are resistant to your attacks. I just flavor it as them, slightly regenerating, but, they don't continuously gain HP back, only from the bites. The little DM info.
Can I confuse them by speaking Goblin? Just hollering Goblin at them?
Make me a intimidation roll.
Okay.
To kind of scare and confuse them with this tongue of goblinness. I will give you advantage, though, so roll 2d20 and take the highest result, plus your modifiers to that roll, being your charisma or proficiency, if you have that listed.
Okay. So 1d20 plus 1?
2d20 plus 1.
Okay.
Since you're using Gobbling, a language not really familiar. Ooh, 16 plus 7. Let's see. He's going to contest that with a wisdom check to see how startled he is. And he rolls a 2.
Yes.
Yeah,
Man is
so
confused.
you start speaking this guttural tongue of a not very well unsophisticated culture, and it completely catches this guy off guard. He stands there like, "Wait, what?" and kind of actually scared a bit, since takes a lot of throat pains to learn Goblin. So with that, was there anything else you'd like to do?
I'd like to run another 30 feet.
Yep, that works. he's considered stunned, so he doesn't get an opportunity attack. So yeah, you run 30 feet away from him. Back to the middle-sized person fighting Jason. They, try to lunge at you one final time with their sword, intent to finish you off. And they roll a natural one.
Oh.
Yep. So.
Wait, are there things as like critical failures, or is that not a thing?
Well, not normally, but let me do something. If he rolls poorly on a dexterity save as well, then something interesting happens. He rolled a 4. So, as they're about to lunge at you with their teeth, you kind of duck or dodge or something like that. And as they do, you kind of, not, well, you know what, I'll let you flavor it. How would you like to try to push this guy off, from attacking you?
Alright, so as he lunges at me with his fangs, I roll to the side and let give his fang teeth a taste of the brick ground, so he just goes full face first into the ground.
Yep. And, as they kind of fall down onto the ground, that kind of semi-slippery floor kind of beneath them makes them fall into the water. And you notice this creature's moment of horror just before they plunge deep into the water. And then they start screaming as it seems like the running water is hurting them. And he takes... how much was it again? Oh, that's a lot. So you see this vampire, once in running water, the sewage water starts melting them like it was like magma, body part, their hand falls off their face, face starts peeling off, and they say, please, God, no, oh, God, it's so as they melt into nothingness, like a small sponge among the other pile of garbage that is here.
Is he also dead, or is he?
Yeah, he's dead.
Alright.
He went the way of the big bad witch from Return of the Lost. He's dead.
So now I'm gonna attack, right?
What?
I'm attacking now, right? Because
actually, it is the tallest one's turn first, the one remaining vampire, who, hearing the screech of his brother, is like, Terry, no! And since he's also stunned by the goblin speech and now the death of his companion, he will spend his round doing nothing. So now it's finally your turn, Jason.
Right, how far ahead is the final vampire?
It is a bit far away. You did move, if I recall, 60 feet, 30 feet one round and then another 30. Or did you just...
No, yeah, I did 30 twice, yeah.
Yeah. So, if you want to be in the line of sight of that other vampire, you could take the dash action, which doubles your movement speed, allowing you to move 60 feet, but you wouldn't be able to attack.
But my crossbow's 240, right?
Yes, but you wouldn't have line of sight, since these are kind of strict tunnels and such.
There's also no way to just fire a desperate shot towards them?
No, since to get a line of sight of them, you'd have to make it to 60 feet. Like, even if your crossbow has range, you have to still be able to see and aim at the target, which is sadly at your current position not possible.
Alright, so I'll just move close again without the dash for now, because I don't want to use all my abilities and just for this fight.
I will say that if you do dash this one round, it's free. It's one of the free actions you can take as anyone. You would be on the line of sight of the vampire for now, and then next round you could shoot at him.
Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll support my companion and use my dash to get closer.
I'm at 3 hit points.
Yep. So you dash, hastening yourself, and then you make the corner, seeing the other vampire just stand there in complete disarray, being so confused. And we go to the top of the round where Oronis is still sadly bleeding. So roll me another death save. Phew, that's another death save success. So you are not closer to death, my friend. And Philip, it's your move.
Okay.
You're 30 feet away from this vampire.
Let's see. So he's distracted even more, because right now I'm not really in a position to attack. So to support Jason, I throw my glowing pebble at him as a distraction, while I run another 30 feet.
Okay. Make me a 1d20 roll plus your dexterity modifier to see how well you manage to hit this, if you manage to actually hit the vampire with the pebble.
I have +0 on dexterity.
Okay, so just 1d20. Unfortunately, it doesn't really hit him, just lands to his feet. And he does look at it momentarily, not more distracted than he usually was by the death of, his companions. So, after moving about now 60 feet away from him, is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Alright. It's the final vampire's turn, and he shakes his head and says, You murderers! And he pulls out his hand crossbow and aims it at you, Philip. Thankfully, since they have a range of 30 feet, he's going to roll it at disadvantage.
Row.
But he's in an emotional state, so he doesn't really consider the advantage of moving closer.
Even with disadvantage, he rolled a 16.
Okay, there's a small chance you're not unconscious.
Oh no.
No. 6 damage.
So Jason is the final one standing.
Yep. But once again, you're not dead, you're just unconscious like Oronis. As the bolt flies and hits you in the chest, you fall down as the world goes dark. And, that's the only action he'll take this round, not noticing Jason due to the pebble. Jason, your move. This one final vampire is standing. You're the only one left.
Alright, so am I in range to hit him now?
Yep, you are now.
Alright, so Jason is gonna try to cause a lot of damage here and get his heavy crossbow, fall down to one knee to get the perfect aim, and try to shoot the bolt all the way from the back, right towards him.
Roll that attack. Oh, and that hits.
Yes.
and then 1d8 plus...
It's a heavy crossbow, so 1d10.
Oh yeah, plus 2.
Yes. Ooh, max damage! How do you want to kill this guy?
Alright, so very dramatic as like the time slows down for Jason in his head. He drops to a knee and he takes his own breath. He gives it and like he slowly like looks away because he wants the thrill of the kill. He looks away, all secure, and he fires the bolt off, shooting it right between his eyes.
Yep, and with that, the creature collapses onto the ground and it's dead. Unfortunately, initiative's not over since your companions are bleeding out.
Medkit, please.
Yep, medkit, please. So, first off, Oronis, one final death save, hopefully.
Oof.
Oh.
Okay, that is a fail, but thankfully you only have 2 fails, so you're not dead yet. Then Philip, make your first death saving throw. Another d20.
Natural 20.
Just don't roll a 1 and it's good. Oh no! You fail as well, 1 fail. And now it's Jason's turn. What do you do?
Well, can I give 2 medkits?
You can reach Oronis at this distance and use the medkin on him.
I'll definitely use it on Aronis.
Yep. So you rush up, you take out the healer's kit and apply bandages and stuff, and you stabilize him with 1 charge of the healer's kit.
He's not conscious, but he's not now bleeding out. So then, after that,
Philip, roll me another death save.
Come on. It's obviously going to be a natural 20.
Yep, 1 success, so that's good. Oronis is stabilized. Jason, it's your move again.
Yeah, I'll move up 30 feet towards my companion.
Yep, sadly he's a bit far away, 60, so you can't reach him this turn. So 1 final death save, Philip.
Yes!
Oh, yes, you don't die, and with that you can reach him, Philip, and stabilize him.
Yeah, I sprint to Philip and stabilize him.
Yep. And with that, initiative's over as your companions are, healed and not dying. And you're left alone in this sewer. The only one beholding to the victory of your group.
Yeah, Jason just looks around and he pats his chest and then just falls backwards onto the ground completely exhausted. Just taking a breather from that, what happened. And he's looking to his partners back and forth. Yeah.
I will see how long it will take for you to recover HP so that you are conscious. But while you do that, you can try a short rest, Jason. Meaning that you can spend some hit die, that being 1d10, to recover some HP and some class abilities like Action Surge or Second Wind.
Alright, I'll...
Yeah, it takes 1 hour, so we'll see how long. Oh, phew! So, as the hour goes by, you kind of rest and take an hour of breathing. You feel some of your vitality return, and as the hour comes up, Philip and Oronis, you awaken your eyes, and you are still among the living, though badly hurting.
Philip waking up, he's like, what happened? He looks at his stomach. Oh, well, that happened.
Yeah, Jason looks over and he says, well, once again, you are very welcome. And he motions over, sitting against the wall.
Philip suggested we should probably report back to Arena about what's down here. People like them.
Yeah, I'm sure these are not the only 3 down here, and look what the fight gave us, well, what a fight it gave you guys. He chuckles.
I'm pretty sure I saw you pretty hurt as well.
Yeah, I mean, I took some scratches, of course, but I killed 2 in the end of the day. And he dusts off his hands.
I decapitated a dwarf today.
Jason laughs and says, well, you almost got decapitated too, so slow it down, partner. And he looks over to Ardonis, still on the ground.
Now he's awake and conscious. You both awoke at the same time.
Yeah, I think Jason is slowly going to stand up, and look if his companion's going to be able to stand up.
Yeah, you can walk, though each step kind of hurts.
Yeah, Jason just starts heading back and helps one of the 2 out if they need help back towards the place they entered from.
Am I back to full health?
Yep, you did. All of you played a part in your victory. So yeah, you gather yourselves up. Is there anything you'd like to do before you leave?
Am I back to full HP?
You're not back to full HP, you have 1 HP. A singular digit. For being stabilized for 1d4 hour, you get 1 HP back, and you luckily rolled a 1, because if it took another hour, you might have faced another encounter alone, Jason. So yeah, are you all going back to the surface?
Yes.
Wait, before we go, can I do God of War style and grab one of their heads that was decapitated and string it to my belt?
Yep, there is only 1 head that's decapitated and such, so yeah, you can most certainly grab that.
Yeah, I'm grabbing it and tying it up with rope and place it around my belt on my back to carry it along and show some proof.
This man pulled a Kratos.
Yep.
I'll use healing elixir.
Yeah, wait, what?
Healing elixir. First level something.
Sadly, there's no such spell for wizards. Be a cleric, then you could, heal yourself, but it matters not. You all managed to make your way out of the sewers, pushing the crate, and you make it back to the guard captain's office where Arena is, working at her desk. But before that, as you walk around down, it's kind of now night-ish. Some of the town guard do kind of pause for a moment when you, Jason, walk around with a head from your belt, but they decide, that's best not to interfere, and also one of them does recognize. Oh yeah, those are guys hired for the job. So eventually you all make it way to Arena's office, and when you open it, she's sitting on her desk doing some paperwork, and she raises her eyebrow highly as she says, "Ah, you're back. I didn't fix it. Oh my god, what is that?"
Well, we ran into some trouble back there. Luckily, you hired me, of course. These 2 were down, but I managed to take them out,
I did most of the work, but, had to leave some to him.
He swiftly talks over Philip talking, and he grabs the head from the belt and does it from the belt and like underhand tosses it onto the desk and says, "Oh, here's a little present for you."
Yes, as you does some of the blood or some sort of blackened ink or whatever vampires have kind of is sprayed around her desk. And, her moment of rage is interrupted by the sheer horror of the head in front of her damn desk. As you said, what is the meaning of this? Explain!
Well, we ran into some trouble, as I said, and these are not just humans as we thought it would be. It would not even rats or something. Not even you think that we're supposed to live down there. If you look closely here, and he like walks over to her and stands next to her, and like uses the back of his crossbow to raise the lip of the head. These persons have pretty big fangs, and he points out to his side of his shoulder where he's bitten in the fight, and they do a lot of damage to me. So I don't think these are ordinary humans.
Let's see if she actually knows what a vampire is. She probably knows the myths, but any official. And since this is kind of the last roll, I'm gonna roll it in the butt. 14. That's respectable. Her eyes widen in just shock as she falls down and says, My Paylor is the stories like what they were just ways to spook children. Are you sure these are vampires?
Yeah, we're pretty sure.
Oh, by the Dawn Father. Oh, yeah. Wait, you're saying they beat you in the necks?
Well, yeah, and lucky I made it out alive, but these two barely fucking died back there. So he looks around the room. I think they can explain better what the actual damage of it is, right, guys? And he laughs.
This is no time for jokes, but fuck, this explains it. They were killing people by drinking their blood and then using knives or something to hide the fact that they were vampires by inflicting the wounds on their clavicle things. No wonder we couldn't pin down or figure out, who they were and why. It all makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this... did you kill them all, or are there more of them?
Well, we eliminated them all.
Yeah.
As you can see, I decapitated one right there. And, he drowned one, I guess. And I can't... What happened to the tall one?
Jason saw it.
Yeah. I took care of the last two. And the mage just was there. He was there, yeah. Doing mage stuff. And he was shaking his head around, looking to the mage. Yeah. He was doing whatever he does.
Well, I won't have you, it's not very wise to insult your teammates. I doubt you would have been able to handle all three without the help of your companions. Regardless, this warrants even more investigation. I'm going to have to bring this up to the Duke and try to maybe contact the, Holy Church of Light. They can deal with the supernatural with their crusaders and whatnot. But, at least for now you seem to have dealt with the immediate threat. I suppose you want your payment.
Yes.
Yeah, Jason holds up his hand.
Yeah. She reaches out to her desk and gives each of you a sack of shiny shimmies as you all get 100 gold pieces. You all did good today. If we are in ever need of your services, I know who to contact.
Yeah, Jason does like a 2-finger salute from his brow.
Well then, you all seem to deserve some rest, and closing hours are coming. How about I take you all to drink at the local inn? My treat.
Philip says, I wouldn't mind that. I have time.
Jason replies after that, well, I'm not kind of a drinker myself, but heck, some fun could be in my planning.
Just don't get any ideas. I'm a married woman.
Jason slowly laughs.
And with that, the party goes out to celebrate their victory. It was a hard-fought battle, but through clever tactics and bravery, and with a hedging of luck, these adventures won, and many adventures await them in the future. Go ahead.
As they were walking to the tavern, I also tapped Jason's shoulder. I said, "You never did return that doll, did you?"
Wait, how does he know about the doll?
Yeah, you don't know about the doll.
Oh wait, never mind.
Yep. Yeah, that's metagaming, as we call it. You weren't there for it, unfortunately. So yeah, any final sort of epilogue things you guys would like to do with your newfound fortunes?
I think...
Okay, let's start with, our wizard, Oronis.
What? Oronis went back to study because of what happened, it was obvious that he was not experienced enough, which almost killed him.
Yep, and with that nice sum of 100 gold, you go on to learn many useful spells that have helped you die less. Philip, what do you do with your fortunes?
After I presumably go back to a poor town, I donate some of the gold to the peasants and buy me some new weapons.
Nice. With your ferocious new equipment, you are much more able to handle any sort of frightful dangers that may come your way. And finally, Jason, what will you do?
Well, the first thing Jason does is have a lot of luxury meals and keep enduring himself that he was the man that day. And he shops a brand new crossbow to replace the small one he absolutely tore to parts in a battle.
Yep. And so your kind of colorful boasting does make the name Lightfeather relatively well known in the town of Kelvin. And with your new armaments, you set out to shoot even more baddies and monsters. And that is the end of the Rat Catchers one-shot. Whew. So guys, did you have fun?
I had fun,
yeah. That was literally my first official actual session.
Same.
Yeah, I did plan on having it a little longer, but since we were limited by time, I decided to kind of go to the ending and vampires. That was the twist.
That's nice.
Yeah, I hope I did a good enough job, entertaining you guys. Not everyone sadly got the spotlight, but sadly that is how it is in D&D. But, next time might be better and such, and you all did great, I think. Especially splitting up the party early on was an interesting development. And also tactically then retreating was very smart of you guys. And kind of hilariously got you back together.
It was like a movie, like where they started running towards me. I was like, hey, what's going on here, guys?
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh.
that was something.
I gotta
Yep,
go.
I was.
I hope all
Yeah,
of you
no
have,
worries,
have a
JJ.
good day.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
And that was the Anime D&D session.